Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Transformational Tuesdays, where we let you, the people, give us your questions and come on live and be a part of the exchange between here and the other side, where we build a platform, I and Dave, for you to come in and transform yourselves into the person that you're inspiring to be. Our our goal here in Transformational Tuesdays is for you to have a place where you can come and ask your questions that you've always wondered, that you can get the answers that maybe are just stopping you from getting to that soul connection that you've been looking for. Maybe it's a past loved one that you've always wanted to hear from. Maybe it's a question from your guides or your angels, or maybe it's something you don't understand about the metaphysical or the connection to the other side. Maybe it's something about your purpose here. Maybe it's your dharma. Whatever it might be, we want a safe space for you to come and learn and to share with everybody else and show everybody that it's not as scary as you think to be authentic and be proud of who you are. That being part of the metaphysical is really becoming more of the norm, and it is safe to use your abilities, talk about your abilities, and be a part of the mass consciousness just as you are without hiding that authentic self, right, Dave? We hid our authentic self for so many years, but we here have decided that we are going to be the platform for other people to be able to feel strengthful and strong and to be their authentic selves just like we are. God says to us that by example we lead, the others will be able to be their authentic selves by us leading by example, right, Dave?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Right, Dave. Couldn't agree more, Dave.
Yeah, you betcha.
You betcha, I'm right there with you. Are you,
Yeah.
Dave? Are you here? Are you up on our platform? Are you way up here with us today?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We were
It's
doing
been a
quite a
fun
bit of
day so far,
channeling.
and we still got a lot left.
What's that, Dave?
I said it's been a fun day so far, and we still got a lot left.
Oh my God, yes. We still have Transformational Tuesdays to get through, and then or get through. That wasn't very positive at all. To experience and have a happy experience through. And then we have Ghost Box Radio tonight at 10 o'clock. We actually 10:05. We are going to be on with Greg Buck and on Ghost Box Radio out of the Twin Cities, AM 950 Radio, doing free one question readings tonight. Wait, no, that's not right. We're doing
Nope, not
aliens.
tonight.
We're doing
Yep. You're
aliens. We're talking about my
talking
alien
about
experiences.
yeah.
Well, that's
A
exciting. Yeah. Yeah.
that's been our saying today.
That's a saying of the
Uh,
day. Usually, I and Dave come up with a saying of the day that makes us giggle because laughter is such a huge part of who we are. And laughter is something that every single one of us need in our lives. And when we find something that makes us laugh, I and Dave pretty much play it till it's dead. Until
oh
we get so much laughter out of it, there's no laughter left. We play it
well,
over and
see,
over and over.
we we play it till it's dead, and then I keep playing it when it's dead.
Truth. And then I have to tell Dave that's over. That's not funny anymore.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to my nail tech because look at these beautiful babies.
We sh-
Look at
I,
these.
I should have had a picture that I could have posted up for you.
Well, she gave me her card, but I don't know where it is. Her name is Marabella. If you want your nails done like this, you guys, she is the bomb.com. She is absolutely amazing. She is out of Arcadia, Wisconsin. And I'll tell you what, she is worth the drive because look at these beautiful babies. And these are acrylics. And she does specify and she does like almost channel them. You know, she knows what you like and she literally just puts all of the beauty into your nails. It is quite astonishing how talented she is. And so, if you would like her information on how to contact her, you can send me a message on Refined Divine, and I'd be happy to give it to you because this girl, she deserves it. She is so incredibly talented. Can you even with those? And those are acrylics, and she does all hand paint and hand do those. And so they are just amazing, and they make me so happy. And happiness is so important, right, Dave?
Yeah, that fits Transformational Tuesdays. Your nails were transformed this morning.
Oh my God, were they ever? Because I went nailless for a whole week so she could do my nails for sure.
Mm.
And so people say, well, how could that be spiritual? Well, I'll tell you what, anything that makes you happy and gets you in alignment with happiness and self love does align you with the other side. Anytime you feel in love with yourself and have that passion and that love feeling flowing through yourself, that's when you're equal to the other side. It's so important to live a happy, fulfilled life. If you're not, you guys, then you aren't going to be in that frequency that connects with the other side. Self doubting, self criticizing, self doubtful thoughts always lead to stagnant energy where you just don't feel well. And that's never going to go well for you. You know, we always say you wake up in the morning and you have that real shit feeling, right? And your head hurts and your back hurts and you have all these things. And then you stub your damn toe and you can't find your pants. And then you misplace your car keys and you can't find your phone. And then your phone's on lock and your passcode's not working. And you have to go US Cellular. And then before you know it, the fridge is taking a shit and the dog's shitting on the floor and the kids are calling. And oh my God, it's just everything, right? But that started with you. And so when we want to start living life that doesn't have all that drama, we must stop the drama that's inside of our head and inside of our thoughts. It is so important to understand that your imagination is your manifester. Things that you imagine inside of your head are always taking place on the exterior. When you have bad thoughts and have imaginative things about bad things happening, we will cause that to come into our lives.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No?
No.
So
I
so
used to
so
call it
talk.
turd sandwich is what I used to call it. So like I got the bread and then I got the turd and I got the other piece of bread. I just kept putting it all together until it was a turd sandwich.
Yeah. Dave definitely was really good at making up those stories that were catastrophically awful. So when I met him. And so it's so important to understand when you want to have old fashioned conversations about bullshit, and we do mean bullshit, about how you can't pay your electric bill and your house payment's late and this is broken, that is broken, you don't have enough money for this and this and this and that. And you go down that roller coaster of horribleness, you're going to recreate more of that horribleness. It is so
I
important to speak high words of yourself and about others and about your things.
I witnessed that at Walmart just 2 days ago. This lady, and I'm not taking away from her husband's illness, but she was talking about his stage 4 cancer, like he was already gone. Like
Mm.
she was meeting up with a guy that they obviously knew right there. They're like, oh yeah, and it was like the whole conversation was a woe is me. Yeah, it's stage 4 now, and this is it's just not looking good. And like and I felt bad, but then I'm like, don't feel bad. Don't add to that. Like you're gonna make it worse by feeling bad. Like she doesn't need to be telling people in that manner. You know what I mean? So like we do that as humans. It's like, well, you want to be able to relate to someone else with that feeling of sadness, but that sadness actually grows when you do that.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Trauma
I felt
bonding
really
is
horrible.
never
Like stop
safe.
feeling horrible. Stop feeling horrible because you're just gonna make it worse. Poor guy probably feels me at home right now. Who's thinking of me? you know?
Well, if he's in tune,
Yeah.
he is. If he's psychic,
Yeah.
he is. If not, no. But our thoughts are always working either for or against ourselves and for others. So it's really important to understand that our thoughts are so very important. People think that they can just think any willy-nilly thing and it doesn't matter and it doesn't apply. But that's just not true. Your reality is always aspiring from your thoughts. Everything you think goes into emotions, and your emotions go into actions, and your actions are telling the universe to please publish this. Because if you're having really self-doubting thoughts, and then you feel really crappy, that emotion emanates out, and then you do things that make yourself feel more miserable. And that's going to publish. You think about it, you're the writer. And the universe is the publisher. And so you always have to remember that everything you're thinking is always being put down. It's never not happening. And people think, oh, well, just today, I'll just wallow and pity party me today. Well, I'll tell you what, the next 3 days, you look at your days and see how they went after your pity party. It's going to be not a very good happening for the next 3 days.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time when I was loading trucks in the warehouse. I'd be like, didn't sleep a wink last night, this and that and the other thing. And then before you know it, I had the worst day ever.
Oh, I can't imagine. The last thing I'm going to do is talk about my sleep because I don't want to recreate not sleeping. That's for dang sure. So I'm going to find
Yeah.
something, Dave. If I have a night where I don't sleep, I'm going to find something that's going to rectify that. I'm going to have more caffeine. Maybe I'm going to take a nap. Maybe there's something I'm going to do that creates a better feeling energy inside of my body and inside of my atmosphere too, not just my body, but my home, right? Like, you don't want your home is your synchronicity, and you have to be really careful about the energy that's carried inside of your home. Now, if you have a talent at home like me, no, I'm just kidding. I just want to say that in case he was watching. He loves me to
I
throw
hope
little
he's
blunts
watching.
at him.
He'll be like, thanks a lot, Ma.
Thanks a lot, Ma. We call it the Eeyore effect. We call it the
Yeah.
Eeyore effect. Thanks a lot, Ma. Yeah, you're welcome, Talon. You're welcome. And when we have a lot of stuff going inside of our house that doesn't create happiness, let's talk about our feng shui. Are your floors clean? Do you have clean pathways to walk through? Is there a lot of clutter? Do you have a lot of clutter of things stacked up? Are your cupboards dirty? Do you have a lot of things in your silverware drawer? Are there junk drawers that don't get addressed, and when they get open, you're horrified? You have to remember that all of this is an extension of your energy. And so when I'm in somebody's house, and please believe me, I do not judge anybody. I used to clean houses for a living and actually help people that needed help with that because we are so good at it. When we have things like this taking place, like junk drawers that are full, we have things inside of ourselves that we're hiding for sure. When we have a clean, when we don't have a clean space, when we don't have things and not hung up and not arranged, we are dealing with self-image issues. If you ever notice that when you put your clothes away and you fold them and tidy them and hang them and you feel good about yourself, this is the thing, that everything is always an extension of who we are. I'll tell you the best thing that I ever heard of, and this was just so funny, you guys. We had a reading with this lady, and she came to us because every single car that she drove, the transmission would go out in. Every single car, the transmission. She'd get a brand new car, transmission would go out. She'd get a brand new car, the transmission would go out. But here's the thing, she could not shift in life very well. Like, she couldn't go from one thing to the other. She'd get stuck. She would get stuck and she wouldn't be able to shift. And so God could not get it to her in any other way. So he gave it to her in her car. And so I just found this freaking hilarious because then we taught her how to shift through life and her transmission stopped going out. And we also had another lady, her brakes kept going out in every single vehicle, and she was always in fast forward, would never stop, and always looking for the next best thing to do without stopping and ever taking accountability for what she had done. And so her brakes would go out, and then also she would have different things like the locks on her doors kept breaking. So she didn't know when to say no, right? She didn't know when to shut the door and lock it, and so that kept presenting itself inside of her home. When I met Dave, he did not have one door in his entire house that closed correctly. This was our house
Yeah.
in Holman. Do you remember, Dave? Every
Yeah, you got to
single
lift this one
door.
up. You got to slam this one a special way. You got to actually pull this one down.
Yeah, Dave's doors never shut or aligned. And so with this, it really came out in Dave's life that Dave did never knew how to cut off any kind of relationship that he had with people. It was very rigid, or there was always some kind of something that would happen. And so the doors were never shut correctly or fully shut. They were always open just a crack. Like, he was always letting something sneak in from his past. Maybe an ex-wife. I mean, you don't remember
Yeah.
anything about that. Um, there was always a crack here and there. And so the first thing I did when I met Dave was show him how to shut those doors to your past. Like, we don't need
Yeah.
to be reliving and bringing people from the past that caused so much hell and havoc in our lives, and learning to shut those doors, keep them closed, and to align them. And so as soon as we got Dave in alignment, we fixed those doors and they actually shut. Can you imagine, Dave?
Yeah. When I met you, I legitimately everybody that I ever came into contact with because of my crazy memory. I would, I'd always think of them. Like, not that it's not stalkerish neither. It's just like if I had a relationship in one way or another, even if it was like we knew each other at work, you were on my mind, and that was just a wasted energy that I was spending. And
Oh
like,
my God, is
they
that out?
people
Holy
always say
buckets, yes.
people always say a really good memory is actually a bad thing, and it's like, in that sense, yes, but it's how you look at it. I had to you helped me to train my brain to remember properly. Like, and I actually find myself forgetting things that don't matter now, which is crazy because I feel weird. I'm like, why don't I know the name of that place? Because it doesn't really
Because
matter.
it doesn't matter. It's just gonna change in 100 years anyways. It's not gonna matter,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
the absolute truth is that it's always taking place. People who have problems with their plumbing, they're not processing their shit correctly. Like it's getting all clogged up and backing up. I will tell
Yeah.
you, oh, this is also another instance that took place. It was so good. We had this lady who her karmic law was awful. Holy buckets. This lady literally used everybody who ever come into her life, and she was very selfish, very self-loathing, a victim mentality. She had purchased this brand new house that she purchased through a scamming, like this organization that for taking care of homeless people or disabled people is what it was. Disabled people. Almost homeless, disabled people. And, as a psychic medium, I don't judge people like this, but to watch what happens from their choices is just insane. So, this brand new house that she had just bought, the whole entire basement filled with sewage. And we're talking like 9 feet of sewage. We're not talking like an inch, 2 inches, 3 inches. We're talking like the whole thing filled with sewage, and it was a representation of all of her sewage and all of her bullshit catching up to us. Like, you can't just take these things from people. You just can't will things from people. There will be prices to be paid when you take things from people. It's like the Bible says, and people like they get and cringy when I quote the Bible, but really there is so much in there that is true, but we just interpret it incorrectly. When it says, "Do not loathe thy neighbor's wife, nor their house, nor their things," this is really important because when we want other people's things and we force it with our mind, because you can force things with free will, you absolutely can. By all means, go ahead and learn your lessons. We'll watch you, but I am not about it. Because if you will something from somebody else that isn't yours and take it, you must pay the price for that. And so karmic law is always being paid. You cannot trick the universe. There's no way out of it. You have to pay for it in one way, shape, or form. For instance, if you steal somebody's husband or somebody's fiance or somebody's boyfriend, yours will be taken from you either in death or stealing or leaving. There will be a repayment of what you have done. We often use this one of a woman that dated a fiance of mine by stealing him away during that time, and then she lost her husband to brain cancer, and absolutely horrible to watch that take place. That husband died. Now was almost also in karmic alignment. Remember that not horrible things happen to people without reason or rhyme. Not will that happen unless karmic law is in place for that person too. So everybody plays a role in it. And so just remember that always have your intentions in a peaceful for the greater whole when we're manifesting and we're transforming our life into something that we really want to have, that we don't take or force or will anything from anybody. If it's not with love, then you aren't doing it right. And if it's not for the whole, you're not doing it right. And if it's not for the betterment of everybody, it's not the right choice. And so always just remember those things when you're manifesting or wanting something. We say, speak words like this. Please align us with our abundance of wealth and love and the house that was perfectly aligned for us. And so that's not, I want the neighbor's house, right? It's, I want to be aligned with the perfect house. There was this lady who came to us and said, "Oh my God, did I cause my neighbor's death? Because I really wanted that house and then he died. And I couldn't stop thinking about wanting it. And then he died off." And I looked at her and I was like, "I'm really sorry to tell you this, but you did." But he was in alignment with it also, otherwise it wouldn't have happened. Karmic law took place then. And she's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "Am I going to have karma to pay for that?" I said, "Don't worry. It's already been taken." I said, "Remember that cancer that you had to deal with and you lost like 8 years of your life? That was your repayment for that." And she was like, "Oh my God, you're right." And she's like, "And remember that job you lost?" And she was like, "Yes." I was like, "So the payment has already been paid." And so it's always just about acknowledging that we never will anything from anybody. We don't will things to happen. We can ask God and pray for them and pray that is in alignment with the greatest good and to pull those things into us, but never will them. Right, Dave?
Yeah, I agree.
Dave, what happens when you will things?
They come out a little weird. You get a lot, and you get a lot of karma for it too. It's crazy.
Yeah, Dave sure did a lot of learning in the first couple years we were together, but we supported you through it no matter what it was.
Even even when you think you're doing right, like when you're watching a friend or family member suffering, so like you're secretly trying to make it better for them, you're like opening up your energetic field for even people to do bad things to you. Like you're
That's
telling the
exactly right.
universe, I can prod around in someone else's atmosphere, basically, their aura. So yeah.
That's right, without permission. So if we're going into somebody else's field and we're trying to fix things, right? And we're praying over them, we're trying to fix something, and we're trying to forcefully will somebody to be better. Now we've just said to the universe that we are okay to be forcefully willed because whatever we're doing to other people is always saying it's okay to be done to us. And so to always remember that that's always taking place. It's never ever ever an exception. And so whatever we're doing always can be done back to us because karmic law says that it's an equal exchange of energy. So Dave, do we have any questions in the comments today?
You bet. Bobby J. Swanson, any ideas on how to get better energy when you're down from a super spine surgery and you're just in healing mode?
Yeah, absolutely, Bobby. You want to entertain yourself with things of happiness and joy. It's hard to be sick when you're happy. So I would start learning things that create joy inside of your life. I really feel like Esther Hicks, You Can Heal Your Life on YouTube for free would be really good for you. Start listening to her. She's really good about teaching people how to use really good words and to watch what we think. Just a lot like we teach, but a little bit different. But I really feel like you would align with her really well. I also teach classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So send us a message and also look at our website, www.refinedivinepsychic.com. And you can look at our different packages that we offer for our classes on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 on Zoom. Anybody else
I
in the
also,
comments there, Dave?
Natalie, I have so much to work on myself, but I don't know where to start or how.
Natalie, we would start with journaling. Journaling every night. I, Natalie, love Natalie fully, completely, and unconditionally. Do that for 7 days and see how you feel on the eighth day. Because honestly, 7 days of something really committed really can change a whole experience that we're having. 7 days can turn over a new leaf and a new experience in life just like that if we dedicate ourselves. So when we write affirmations, we think it. I, Natalie, love Natalie, fully, completely, unconditionally. We're writing it, right? So we think it, we feel it, and we write it. We're doing the three things that it takes to manifest something. So when we're doing this, Natalie, when we think it, we feel it, and we write it, we're doing the three things to manifest Natalie to learn how to love herself. So things will come to you. You will manifest things to come your way to teach you self-love. That's how that's done. And so we always, always, always recommend that first. Now, when I first started doing this, I used dry erase marker and I was writing that shit all over the mirrors. Like dry erase marker, I, Debbie, love Debbie fully, completely, unconditionally. I wrote it in my mirrors on the car. Dave thought I was batshit crazy 5 years ago. But I'll tell you what, it works. To remind yourself no matter where you're at, put it on sticky notes, put it on little stickers, put it on your water bottle to remind yourself to just really, really do this. Now, fake it till you make it. I know when you first start writing this, you're not going to believe it. We get it. But I promise you, if you continuously do this, it will get in there. It does change. After 7 days of doing this, it will change. And how many times? Write it 20 times. Now, on the seventh day, when you continue on the second week, I want you to write underneath of your 20 affirmations how you feel about what you wrote. So then we get into analyzing why we feel this way. What residual energy is blocking us, and why don't we want to continue this? And why do we not feel like we loved? And why do we not feel like we're purposeful? And forgiving yourself and forgiving others and bringing up those things that are blocking you.
I used to do the same thing back in my 20s when I had roommates. They used to think I was crazy because I would clip sayings that I really liked out of magazines, and I'd post them all over the house. And they were just like, "Oh, Dave's up to it again." But it really did help my attitude, And back then I was, a partier and stuff. So even when you had that hangover going on, it's hard to be upset with yourself when you read some famous quote by Vince Lombardi or by somebody, back in the day, Martin Luther King Jr. Like you sit there and feel bad about yourself and you read the quote and you're like, what's my problem? That guy went through way
Exactly
more and look at
right.
his attitude.
Exactly
you
right, for
know?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's those little reminders to be aware of ourselves, and always doing that is really super important because it's like a self check. Like, what are we allowing ourselves to
Right.
think right now? Are we thinking really negative things about self? Are we thinking negative things about other people? Wow, we need to change that because that imaginative thinking is creating our reality. And we need to be super careful about that because it's going to cost something. I promise you it will. We often observe people just creating a cesspool of a life with just their thoughts. And we just want to scream to the top of our lungs, please stop destroying your life. But they don't understand that their life really is stemmed from their thoughts. And it's so important to watch them and, not criticize them, not be mean to them, but to observe them and change them and to start thinking thoughts of gratitude, peace, harmony, whatever it is that creates harmony and gratitude in your life. Sometimes it's just my dog Paris, like I look at Paris and I get so happy and joyful inside, and she's just so cute and so sassy like her mom. And how could you not love her? She's a little shih tzu. She brings so much love. And then I move from there. What else do I love? Maybe Dave today. I never can tell. Right, Dave?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Trauma. No.
Dave, you got trauma? Do you gotta work something out? You wanna work something
No,
out? You wanna
I
come to
don't.
Thunderdome Live?
In the moment, I don't know if I have trauma.
Hey, you
Yeah.
guys, please, 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 please send some stars. It puts us back on the algorithm so people can find us. It helps people find refined divine and the healing that they are looking for. It's so important to please, please, please do that because it's only a couple cents a star. It doesn't cost you much, but it does do a huge impact in putting us into the algorithm so people can find our transformational Tuesdays and find refined divine. Now, this weekend, we are headed to Superior, Wisconsin. So if you don't have anything to do, why not come have a vacation day with us and come to the Rooted Holistic shows? We are at the Yellow Jackets. Is that right, Dave?
Yellow Jacket in Superior, Wisconsin.
Hey, Dave, I remembered something. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I just heard your thoughts. One or the other. Neither here nor there. I am the 11 o'clock gallery. I am your featured presentation at 11 o'clock. I am going to be coming out and reading the crowd. It's going to be amazing. I love the energy up there. I cannot wait to go and manifest and be by the water and feel all of that beautiful energy up there. It's one of my favorite places to be. Then we're headed to Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And I am also the gallery there at 11 o'clock. Throughout the Rooted schedule, we are the gallery at 11 o'clock. We are the main presenter throughout the whole entire season, which we are so grateful for Rooted Holistics for offering us that space and doing that for us. But they know that we're the realdeal.com, right? They know how authentic we are. We know how real we are. And so they have no problem giving us that spot. We're changing lives, spreading the light, and doing what God wants us to do. And it's so important that we honor the people that provide us the space to do that. And that's another thing, Dave. God was talking to us today a lot about. giving respect and giving credit where credit is due. A lot of the time, people don't often give credit where things came from. And it's so important to stay humble and to use other people's names in the gratitude of the building of your success, of who you are, of the strength that you got, of the lessons that you learned, and the places that you're going, the places you came from. We cannot forget the people that created the different circumstances for us to be the people that we are. And sometimes that's dark circumstances too. There's a polarity that needs to take place. I am thankful for my alcoholism. I'm thankful for the people that helped me be an alcoholic, because without them, I wouldn't know my light and I wouldn't know who I was. Because without the polarity of all the crap that I went through, I wouldn't know the light that I am today. And I wouldn't be able to teach people how to heal themselves from alcoholism either. And so that everything that has taken place, I always have great gratitude for all of it, even my ex-husband. We have so much gratitude for everything that we went through and everything that I learned through that, and the character that I built today and the person that I am today. I wouldn't be that without that marriage. I wouldn't be that without the circumstances that I went through. And I sure learned to shut doors. Just like you, Dave. We learned to shut those doors. And it's important that we give credit where credit is due, and and that's not in a snod way. It's not in a let's let's at somebody. Let's actually give gratitude for them teaching us not to be a shitty person. The things that we went through and the things that we've learned have brought us to be who we are, and that is always an amazing, amazing thing. Kayla says, "I love you guys." Hi, Kayla. How you doing?
And I got a question here that I can field here. Where in the Dells are you going to be on 4/6? That is going to be at the Ho Chunk in the Baraboo area. Baraboo, Wisconsin Dells Ho Chunk. And you are doing the gallery for that one as well.
Yeah, I believe tickets are on sale. You guys can go out to all the events and get your pre-tickets already bought, so that way you can make sure you don't miss my galleries. I'll tell you what, they are filling up. People are really realizing how talented of a channeler we are, and they are pre-buying tickets and they are filling up. We have had 3 weeks of full galleries, 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, just full, just packed to the brim. And so it's been
Okay.
absolutely amazing. And so we are so thankful for all of you for coming out and supporting us, because it's important that, every single gallery we do, and this is also something that people don't understand. They think, oh, we saw her once. No, you've never see the same show twice, because
I can contest to that.
we can
I've been
channel,
at every retreat, everything, and it's always like, whoa.
yeah, it's way different because God channels through us and spirit channels through us to every single person that's in the space. In like tonight, whatever came out of us tonight was for the people that were here tonight and the people that are going to find this. And so it's very important that whatever I said tonight, whatever I channeled is precisely for all of you. It's by divine order. And it's the same thing for the galleries. Never a gallery is never the same. It's always different. The knowledge that comes through every single time, never the same. It never duplicates. And it's always an incredible experience. So don't ever think that you've seen us once and that's it, because there's always stuff that's going to be coming through that's new and that we're always continuously learning. Do you do book readings? Absolutely, Natalie. I do booked readings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you can give me a shout out at the Refined Divine Psychic Medium on my Facebook, or you can go to my refineddivinepsychicmedium.com. You can either pay by invoice or pay on my website, and then you reach out to us or we reach out to you and we book you up for your reading. Sometimes we do readings Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, depending on where we're at, what we're doing. But we'll always fit you in, and we do late night readings too.
Nancy asked, how can I meditate without being fearful? I had a bad experience in a group session working on the third eye.
So Nancy, Okay, I feel like you saw something horrifying or like scary. So we have to make sure that we are centered and grounding when we're meditating. And so we want to make sure that the center of the earth is grounded in us. So if you go to my website and go to the meditation link, there's a free meditation that teaches you how to center and ground there on my website. Please use that because it will give you an experience that is unforgettable. And I promise you, you will never be scared of meditating again. Because once you're grounded and centered, there's nothing that can happen except for love, God, peace, and harmony. Because centered and grounding, you ground into the earth, and then we're centered with God. And so nothing can ever happen when we're centered and grounded. And so it's really important to do that correctly so that we aren't in anybody else's energy fields. And I feel like that's what happened during that meditation. Psychically, we're picking up you were in somebody else's energetic field and seeing their vision. And so that can be quite scary if you're not centered and grounded. Also, we do 1 day retreats, you guys. Our next 1 day retreat is March 30th. We are going to be doing Unlocking Yourself to Connect with Your Soul. That's here in Galesville, Wisconsin. We are offering that whole entire day for only $100. It is March 30th, 11 to 4. You can literally book this by messaging me on my Facebook, and we teach you, Nancy, at that how to center and ground. We take you to Kinstone, show you all the things about meditation and connection to your soul self. And that's what meditation is, connecting to soul self. So please reach out to us if you feel drawn to this and this is for you. Just let me know. I can get you all whipped up for that. Also, in person or Zoom appointments, we can also do one-on-ones and teach you.
Without the
Bobby says,
darkness, we don't
without the
appreciate
darkness. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. And that's why God gives us both. It's really important. It's such a
it. Thank you,
refreshing
Ann.
time to hear your Transformational Tuesdays. Thank you, Ashley. We really enjoy doing these Tuesdays. It's absolutely amazing. Kayla says every gallery is different from the previous one. Yes, Kayla. And Kayla works at the front desk at the Root Holistic Fair. She's like a sister to us. We travel with her every single week. There's nothing we don't know about Kayla, and there's nothing Kayla doesn't know about us. And so oh, yeah, there we go, Cindy. Superior and Eau Claire are on sale now. Green Bay, we be up tomorrow. Oh, okay. So they must go by like a progressive time. I didn't know that. Thank you, Cindy, for allowing us to see that. Cindy works for my office and she also works for the Rooted office. So she's always keeping us in check, right, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Adam says, I love the galleries that I saw. Oh, Sandy's here too. Look at her. She's putting it
Mhm.
up, our free
There's the
meditations
meditation.
from our website. Thanks, Ma.
Good
Thanks,
work,
Ma.
Ma.
She's always got our back.
Oh, yeah.
um, and so that's Sandy. She owns the Rooted Holistic and Wellness Fairs with her husband Dale and Kayla. God, get it straight, Kayla. So they know everything about us and all of our links and all the things. So here is our schedule for the spring, you guys. Here it is, all mapped out for you. I'll tell you what, come one, come all. Every single one of these is absolutely amazing. There's different vendors at every single one. You're never going to find the same vendors at all of them. Well, except for me, I do all the shows, but whatever. There
I
are
just had a
some that do
weird.
all the shows, but
I can't believe we're already halfway after this weekend. It'll be halfway. I'm like, whoa, it goes
don't
so
talk about it.
fast.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about it. It does
Oh
go so
man.
fast because we're having the time of our life. How wouldn't it fly by?
Yeah.
And
Right.
and then we have some summer shows coming up too. I'm sure Dave doesn't have that up yet, but just so you know, we do have summer shows with Rooted. We're going to be going to Hayward again. We're going to be going to Door County. We also are going to be doing some of our own shows. So I and Sandy are going back to back all summer long. So it's going to be an amazing spring and summer, you guys. We are going to be
I'll
out there transforming life and making it a better place 1 day at a time.
I'll have all the information for those up by next Transformational Tuesday. I promise.
Okay, Dave, I'm watching you. Watching you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, go out
You're
and
always
check out.
keeping me on my toes.
Also, go out to KTTC and check out our live tonight. We were on Midwest Access. We did live palm readings. So if you guys want to check out and see what that's like, we did some sample palm readings on Midwest Access on KTTC. You can download the app and go to the Midwest Access tab. We are on there every other Tuesday, bringing all of the good stuff and changing it up. And it's such a good time. We love Jesse. We love the crowd over there. We love Josie. All the producers and directors over there are such good people. I mean, just purely good people. So we really love it when we go over there. Sarah says, I got my gallery ticket. Well, that's awesome, Sarah. I am glad that you have your gallery ticket. It's going to be a great time. I really do love it up in Superior. And please go to the Superior Lake because it's amazing. Nancy says, I love your sessions. Well, thank you so much, Nancy. You guys, please, 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 please send those stars so that other people can find us. It's really important. Ashton says, I love the retreats and the classes. Yes, yes, yes. Our classes, Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 o'clock on Zoom, guys. You can go to our website and figure those out and see the different prices and prices plans. First class is always free. You can try it out and see if you like it. Thank you so much for joining us. We love Transformational Tuesdays. We cannot wait to come back next week. It's going to be amazing. Natalie, yes, we come to Minnesota. Our summer schedule, we're going to be in, Dave, help me out.
July, we will be in Rochester, and June we'll be in Lake Elmo, June 22nd, Lake Elmo with Rooted. Those are the ones I have off the cuff.
Winona, Minnesota.
Yeah, and then I think we have a couple Rochesters that we're in the works with. So
Hamilton.
Oh, Hermantown. We'll be in Hermantown as well. That's going to be in August. Is it August or maybe?
Yeah.
I'll
if you go to our events tab on our Facebook, you'll be able to see that. And we are coming out with a full schedule so that you can see it. Oh, there's Sandy. Lake Elmo, June 22nd, and then North St. Paul on August 9th. Yes. And so those are the Rooted shows that you guys can find us at. So there's a plethora of things. You can go to the Rooted Holistic shows and look at their website, follow them on their Facebook, and be able to find us at all the Rooted shows during the spring and the fall and summers. And then you can find us on our website and our Facebook. There's all kinds of ways you guys can hook up, get healed, find a way to feel better about life. If we can't find it for you, we'll find a way to get it. You know, if we're not your healer, I'm really good at finding the person that is your healer. And so it's not always about us and me. The ego only is in the I, it's a we. Every single one of us is a part of this. Every single one of us. It takes a team for all of us to grow into enlightenment. You don't do it yourself. Nothing is ever done in the I. To understand that spirit talks about we, and that when we are together, we are stronger. When we are in a herd of people, it is important to understand that if we exile one, it is like exiling self. So understand that we include all. And sometimes that means the walking together means a little bit further apart, but still together, because we are neither in front of nor behind. We are always together. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Unlock the mysteries of the unseen world with the extraordinary insights of gifted psychic medium, Refined Divine. Featured on television and heard on Ghostbox Radio AM 950, Deb's remarkable ability to communicate with the other side has captivated audiences for years. Since childhood, Deb has channeled profound messages from beyond, guiding us through life's biggest challenges. Now on this show, she'll reveal powerful insights to help us navigate modern society's most pressing questions. Join us and witness the extraordinary talents of one of the most gifted psychic mediums you'll ever experience. The answers await. In a world full of questions, some answers come from beyond. Introducing Debbie Straight of Refined Divine, a gifted psychic medium who channels wisdom from the other side to guide you. Get ready to witness the depth of her extraordinary gift.